Welcome one, welcome all. I am Bridger, and welcome again to another Field of Glory Empires playthrough. We're jumping back in turn 110. Play another 30 turns today, see if we can speed it up a little bit this time. We know a little bit more about what's going on. In fact, we know a lot more about what's going on because I spent some time browsing through the forums, which is a great way to learn more about any of these crazy deep strategy games, because somebody else has had questions that you may not even know that you have, and they'll have asked them. So just click on interesting topics, open them all in new tabs, and start going through them. And I learned some very valuable things. Let me pull them up here so I can remember what they were. Number one, we were confused about how conversion works, specifically cultural conversion, I mean to say, and I've learned more about it. They broke it down in a different thread more specifically. So your cultural chance of converting a pop from, and I'm not sure if it's ever possible to convert slaves. There was some confusion about that. But your chance of converting a citizen, at the very least, to your culture starts at a base of 4%. Okay? Then it gets... In addition to that 4%, you get another, I think it's another percentage point. Sorry, another 0.2 percentage point per 100 points of your own culture in the region. And the way that it calculates that is, for the sake of argument, say that we've got 2,000 culture stored up here. Right now it's 2612. But pretend that it's 2,000. And if we had 50% italic culture here, then there would be 1,000 italic culture stored up, right? So 50% of the population is italic, and there's 2,000 culture here, so there's 1,000 that it's calculating that conversion chance on. So because 1,000 is 10 times 100, you'd get 10 times 0.2, that'd be an extra 2% chance. So 2% extra, 1% extra per every 1,000 of your culture, quote unquote. What that suggests is it's very slow at the start and very low likelihood to convert. But as you start to convert more and more people to your culture, it ramps up the amount of culture that's represented by you, and that adds a feedback loop that increases the chance that there's going to be more people converting to your culture, etc., etc. Now that is further modified by the unrest value, which is based on culture. So Germanic cultural populations have a default higher unrest value. Maybe it's only under others. I'm not... Oh, these are Hellenic. There's a Germanic citizen. But I remember reading that the ramp up for certain cultures is higher. And maybe it's because they're not under others. Maybe Germanic peoples under other cultures have a higher unrest. But each point of unrest further decreases that by 20%. So you multiply it by 0.8. For each point of unrest of the pop that's going to convert. So we have a pop here that's got 5 unrest, so you'd take that base 4%, add the 2% in our example, and then multiply that resultant 6% by 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8, 0.8. If I did that 5 times. And that brings it almost every time down to a really low chance, which is why we weren't seeing it happen terribly often. But that decision that we took last time to convert a bunch of culture citizens is very valuable. And you do have the buildings that, on top of that, add an extra 5% chance of the current rate. And those theoretically kind of stack on top of each other multiplicatively. No, I think they probably don't. They probably just add together. So it's probably additive percentages. Anyway, all that to say, passive cultural shifts are very slow. So if you conquer areas that are of the wrong culture, it's going to take you a while to deal with all the loyalty and unrest that's caused there. And let me see, there is a cultural ethnicities. And we can see here that this is a very big problem for us ethnic-wise. And we can see up here, this one is 2. And I'm guessing that's a dynamic map. We do have a bunch of Celtic citizens here, but this will eventually change over. So we'll just have to wait and see when that happens. But these have a lot more unrest. If this was a bigger city, we'd have huge unrest problems because of this. Because you can see italic citizens have much less unrest than Celtic citizens, and slaves have even more, especially if they're the wrong culture. So there's an italic slave. It actually doesn't matter. All slaves are bad, but Celtic slaves are even worse in terms... Well, I should say slaves of the wrong culture. Okay, so that's one thing that I learned. That seems like, yeah, that system could be a lot better explained. The other thing that I learned is that the buildings, once you get to province level, the buildings that you build, specifically the military buildings, work slightly differently. Any military buildings built in the provincial capital, that they will always have their full XP benefit added. Or, let me see if I can find armorer. Nope, that's not a good example. I know I've got some in here. Training ground. Bonus of 5 XP when a unit is created. If this was the provincial capital, that would apply in its full amount. Outside of the provincial capital, only half of the XP is added. So all the buildings that generate additional XP do have some impact, but only full impact in the provincial capital, which suggests that you should try to maximize your military XP generating buildings in the provincial capital, which would be, again, a nice thing to know since I spent so much time building a bunch of red buildings in this area, which is not the provincial capital. Though I do remember that there was potentially a way to move the provincial capital, specifically by tearing down the governor's palace. If you tear this down, I believe it will be recreated in the province with the highest population. So we're going to test that right now, and hopefully it's going to go to the other region there that has 13 population, where we've already started building our military area. By the way, the percent-based bonuses, they said, were applied across the whole province, but only the highest bonus is applied. So if I have one building here with a 10% manpower bonus and another building with a 5% bonus, only the 10% bonus is applied when you're building units. That's apparently how that all works. So again, we're going to try to tear down this building here. It's going to take 3 turns, and I think that's the largest population in the area here, Amelia. Though I could be wrong. Let's look real quick. 15. Well, we're going to check and see if it does what we expect. Maybe it's the largest population of your own pops. That would be ideal. It might be the highest culture. It might just be recreated right in that same area. But if it's the largest population, it'll be either here in Venetia or here in Torinia. So we can only hope that that winds up being the case. We have a very fast-growing population here because we've kind of prioritized this area a while ago. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and make that grow even faster, because if I can get this to flip to the provincial capital, that would be ideal. Okay. Was there anything else? Yes! Another very, very important thing that I did not know, that probably very few people know. In fact, the designer didn't know it. Somebody asked, hey, how come when I move this army, my military upkeep goes through the roof? And the designer said, oh yeah, I had to look back through the code. Apparently, in your national capital and provincial capital, armies get minus 25% to their maintenance cost, to their upkeep. Well, that's huge! You'd be making so much more money if you parked your armies in a provincial capital or your national capital during peacetime. And if you don't know that, you're just going to leave them wherever and not understand why you're losing so much money. What the hell? Come on. At least put that in a tip window. Maybe it is in a tip window somewhere, but I don't know. That just seems like problematic to me to not know that. No growth because they're still under pacification. Smokehouse gives us a little food. That'll help with the growth. This is a very small area, but I do like those regional roads, but we'll come back to them. I'm sure we'll get them. No, you know what? This being the region that we're going to, like, obviously you can see it's like, if we don't wind up at war with the ADI, or even if we do, we want to be able to go east to west quickly. So we need a road network as quick as possible. So that means we need these areas to get regional roads as quick as possible. Because right now we do have a good north-south road network, because we've had control of these for a long time. We prioritize roads all the way down to the tip of the boot. Unfortunately, it doesn't get up here to the... We're still working on getting the basic infrastructure there. And apparently, Sicily has none of that, because the Sicilians were bad, and they should feel bad. Hey, speaking of that, this will help commerce. Do we need that right now in Sicily. They only make 4 money, but they're importing cattle, papyrus especially is the bad one, and wool. So if we could get cattle, we'd save ourselves some money. Now that's being imported from where? From Garamantes, which is not our... we'd only be paying 2 if we'd importing from ourselves. And that's because wherever they're getting the cattle from, Garamantes down here, that's Cyrenaica. Why? Oh, Durnus. Okay. That's the name of the country. There we go. Durnus. So we're importing from here, and I guarantee you that's because the trade acumen here is very high. Yep, trade acumen 7. Now, why is that? Is it the governor's palace? No, they might have that decision that gives them the trade acumen. That is an awkward word. I never know how to say it. It always sounds like I'm saying that word wrong. Acumen. Acumen? Acumen? All right, so what are we building here in the center of everything? Well, we know we want red buildings because apparently that stacks, that XP bonus stacks, even if it's only half. It doesn't use a slot, so that's still good. And actually, it will generate money for us if we trade from our own areas, so let's see if that works. Speaking of which, let's look at the trade details of some of these other areas. Are we getting it all internally? No. We are getting a lot of trade goods externally, even if they are available internally, I think. What are we getting from these other areas? Okay, it turns out coral we have to go, and purple we have to go overseas, and papyrus. Flax we're getting from Dalmatia instead of from our local... We definitely have flax available locally. And olive oil we're getting from Rome, so that's good. I'm just surprised that we're getting beat out so much. So Dalmatia is... Is it Istria? Oh, we're going all the way over to here. And they have a trade acumen of 3. And somehow that's beating the trade... I know we have flax. We definitely have it, right? I picked a bunch of different places where I'm building flax. Here's one right here, flax. The trade acumen is 3 here. Why are you going overseas to get flax, buddy? That's not cool. So obviously I need to find buildings that increase my trade acumen. Because I haven't even really done that here, I don't think. It's still 3. I guess there's only very few buildings that actually... And Campania's not even making any money on these trade goods because of that trade acumen problem. Our commerce would be huge, but we can't get people to buy from us because we're not good enough merchants. So we apparently specifically need to shuffle around until we find buildings that will do that for us. We also need some health buildings because our growth potential is very low. So we'll get a health building or we will get a trade building to help us there. Meanwhile, what other buildings are available? I don't know how you... I wonder if there's a national way to bonus. I know there was a decision that we could do a while ago. I don't think it's now. Is it buy metal? No, we don't need those decisions. Ooh, improve trade efficiency. Okay. Yeah, that's actually huge, now that I'm looking at that. I didn't realize how much money we were losing to external trade. And so plus 5 trade acumen, plus 1 trade range. I don't know that we need the range. And I don't know that we need plus 5. It looks like even plus 2 would be a massive change. So we're going to try not moving anything, and it should go from 740 to a lot more. Justice in the ancient times. Unrest is reduced. I think we did amenities or amnesties last time, and that works pretty well to help reduce unrest if there is any out there. Anyway, back to Eternus. Loyalty isn't really a problem here. Anytime it gets below 75, that's when I start worrying. Now, Eternus is right in that central area where we're going to do a lot of recruiting in pure basic Rome. So building an extra archery range, not bad. What's its situation vis-a-vis health? 26 is okay. Could be better. Food and money for seed storage. But that food percentage bonus is also pretty good. The Aqueduct is very expensive to make, however. Let's make the archery. It'll be quick. We'll get another red building, which we do need in order to increase our expertise. Now, we don't need a Legion camp down here because we've already got one in this region. It was built for us. Now, apparently, we don't have enough flax fields. I don't think we want a noble district. We can already import this from next door, so maybe a physician house? 10% health bonus is actually quite big. That'll give us a 50% discount on the food requirement for the next population. When you get to above 20, that matters a lot. All right, way out here, if I remember, Wheelmaker's missing lumber. I think a salt house is going to be good because we do need both food and health, and we get a percent. Oh, it's just yeah, that's what it is. Shepherd House produces wool, which is in good supply nearby. Let's prioritize that for the smaller areas here. All right, that should be everything. Now, I think I'm leaving the army up here. We need to move it over here and build the basic road network. Oh, it's an allied army. Okay. All right, so that looks like what we're going to start with. Now, this army is in a provincial capital, so we're taking advantage of that already. Just so happens the provincial capital was also having loyalty problems, but we don't need that anymore. I might leave it down there anyway. Just to, oh, you know what? This is already in a provincial capital. We can leave that where it is, too, because I forgot Campania was a provincial capital. Now we got to pay attention to see where the capital moves in Cisalpania to see if we're right. Hello! How's it going, Zaxel? It is, in fact, on. Oh, Hop 4, welcome. We are starting a little late, but it was for good reason. We learned a lot of valuable lessons by trolling through the forums, in the classic sense of trying to catch something with a wide net, not in the current iteration of the use of the term. Oh, God, I get so tired of these trade deals. These guys want peace again, and it's just they want a relinquish objective thing. Hang on, where are they? Oh, they're big now. That's not cool. Stop being big. I need them to die so that I stop getting those penalties. Paving the way for more in the future. No, we might have to fight our way through you just to conquer the Boii once and for all. And the Etruscans came back, which I think they still hate us for all the things that we did before. Oh, wow. And the Celts are back, too. Look at that. All right, so what do we got for buildings coming up this turn? On the border, a wall would be very good for this area. Yep, we're going to build city walls. Now, in the capital here, a monument isn't as necessary. Our ethnicity's doing okay here. I kind of think... Actually, the growth is doing pretty well. A siege workshop gives a lot of equipment. And it would be imported from Umbria, so that reduces the cost. That's good. It gives siege resist, which in the north is good, and extra garrisons is also good. We do have some good equipment production in the north. If we had to suddenly build a lot of armies quickly, that could be problematic. Let's increase our culture here, because again, we've been falling down the ranks here as our decadence slowly increases, and we just haven't... Wait, our culture went down. Our average culture went down? And that's a weird... Claimed a series of minor amnesties. Yes, yes. Okay, what's next? Over on the coast, a barracks... 10 XP, that means an extra 5 XP when a unit is created in our central area, which is our primary hub. So that's good. We actually don't have a lot of equipment production in our main hub here of Italia Superior. Oh, actually we do. I'm sorry, 486. I was looking at the regional. 201 up here. 201. Exactly the same as Cisalpania? Wow, that's interesting. And then in the far south, hardly any at all. So our ethnicity here is doing pretty well. A training ground would be okay. However, I'm a little concerned our food is costing us a lot. A percentage food bonus wouldn't be bad. Seed storage, if it doesn't have those bonuses, it's probably not worth doing. We can import wax from Orontes, but we don't have, apparently we have no local wax production. But I think I might try to save that for, I mean, I don't think I did a great job of making these trade hubs the way that you're supposed to. So this here, herbalist, dry dock. Shipyard level 2. We've got enough shipyards. I don't think we need to spend a spot here. Stables gives a little bit more equipment production. And now the question is, do we have stables anywhere in the south? Could we produce... Actually, didn't we make the south our special horse producing thing? Yeah, I think we did. We built a special mercenary recruitment center. Oh, it unlocks mercenary cavalry. Is this it? Yes, we can unlock cataphracts. So does that stable? It doesn't give any. It doesn't give any XP. But what it will do is give us a little bit more equipment here, and also infrastructure. That's not bad. And the equipment production is necessary if we want to exclusively get those cataphracts and things from the southern regions. Okay, now we need to pick... Okay, so we're done. We're not going to war or doing anything yet, so our armies can stay right where they are. I am a little concerned that I knew our decadence was rising, but I didn't realize that our culture was kind of going down. We need more culture buildings. We went on a culture building spree a while ago. I think we have to return to that. But we're going to start running out of slots for these buildings. We already have run out of slots in Rome and in Campania, two of our biggest areas. Well, thank you, OHOP. I do try to make it as enjoyable as possible. Massalia wants a trade deal, huh? They want me to cede region Vacanita? This here? Yeah, no. That's not worth 400 money. That's not how that works. No to you. No to you. They need to adjust that. How often they ask for specific provincial units, or just remove that ability altogether, or make it cost more or something. It's just kind of ridiculous. And we don't want an alliance with any of these Germanic tribes that aren't big. Raise loyalty. We already had that one. We get to do it again, huh? Up to 2 on region and rest revert to a quieter state. Well, I'm certainly happy about that. Change our recruitment policy. No. We've been hitting the max pretty reliably on these here. Alright, so this is going to have one more turn till the palace gets knocked down, and we'll find out where that builds the new provincial capital. Ooh, irrigation system. No slot usage and a % food bonus. That seems fairly good. Provincia, Clanis, Campina. But you know, we don't have one in the north, do we? I mean, stone is fairly common. The problem is that health penalty that it gives. I hate building a lot of clay pits. But the other one that gives stone has the same problem. Massalia is in unrest. Okay, so that's hopefully one of the ones that will go away. What's it going to take? Massalia has a governor's palace? We haven't built the province yet. I guess it has the governor's palace from when it was a province before. That's interesting. Does that have a loyalty benefit? No, loyalty penalty of 5. So, is that true everywhere? It must. Not the capital. Oh, there's a governor's palace there with a loyalty penalty of 5. Huh. So when you build a province, the capital gets a loyalty penalty. I guess I could see why that would be. But anyway, there are loyalty problems all across up here. We were going to have you build public works. I feel like I remember reading that they would be able to build all the way to level 2 roads. Maybe that was too powerful, so they changed it so they can just build level 1 public works. The Legion, specifically. Alright, a fortune teller will help Massalia gain a little bit more loyalty. Look at, because of the... Oh, but we also need... Infrastructure. Oh, woodcutting would only produce 1 infrastructure? Screw that. We'll take the loyalty eventually. Oh. No, maybe we do need the woodcutting. Holy crap. That's only because it's under pacification and it's in unrest now. That'll go way down. That's why the infrastructure is 1. It's because it's... and it should not apply... These bonuses and penalties here should never apply to what's viewed in this window. That's just really confusing. Because as a player, and as I'm learning the game, this makes me think, wow, lumber yards really suck. No, they suck if you're also having a, like, 60% penalty to your region due to unrest and stuff. That's not how lumber yards normally work. I mean, woodcutting is kind of weak for normal... but providing the lumber makes other things stronger. Anyway, all that aside, we need to speed this up. And I'm going to leave the 1 citizen, even though, you know, it's not producing a lot there because of all this other stuff. Let's get buildings going. That'll help more. Get the loyalty up, there won't be unrest anymore, and then they can build more effectively. Dematia conquered a thing. The general died of old age. Now... I'm hoping, yes, that apparently only tells you about generals leaving your service when it is somebody that's commanding your army. That is valuable. Yeah, the Field of Glory 2 battles do look pretty in-depth as well. I've just never been a huge fan of tactical level battles. I like the strategic play more. I think we want a 1-2 for our admiral, especially... Ooh, he's a nice age 28. He's a young buck. If only because the Navy is currently mainly being used to escort the army if it has to go overseas. Now, hang on, look at this. Corsica is completely independent. I wonder if we conquer that before it becomes a bigger, you know, power that'll actually resist us more strongly. And Corsica and Sardinia, just those 3 areas. So a 3-area province, not nearly as good as these other ones. Now, is this Aquitani? Let's see. Where's the political overlay? Here? They are only a 1-province force, aren't they? They must have been rebels that appeared and started the Aquitani. So I want to take that before they get allies or, you know, get bigger. That would be ideal. But I think we're building public works this turn, so we'll try and do that next turn. Either way, we'll try to take these 2 regions here in the near future so that we can form a province there. And that will lower our decadence as well. Ooh. Oh, no problem. So this is another thing I read on the forums, is the designer said that the objective system is supposed to only... give you objectives inside nations that are adjacent to your own. That does not appear to be working as intended. That is definitely not intended. One of the things I do like about the game is that these regions can revert to, like, independent management. The rebels take them over, and they're just independent regions. They're like local warlords. It doesn't automatically form a new rebel state out of all 3 of these. They just went independent. Now, given long enough time, they can cohere into something, but Massalia lost control of these areas. Much to their own shame. Now, I was liking Massalia as an ally I was hoping they'd like get this southern region under their control, so I wouldn't have to worry about any of these guys fighting me while I took over more of Gaul. But Massalia does not appear to be holding on very well. Let's look at that political display one more time. They are at war with Lestani still, but they can't even control their own home areas. And I do still need to know what happens if I go and fight the Lestani on behalf of my ally, who was... I'm in this war to help defend them. Do I take over this and then I have to, like, gift it to the Massalia? I guess that's certainly possible. And I wouldn't mind doing it in most cases. All right, let's look back at buildings here. Let's get back to the turn. Is there anything else? Yes, in the middle of Rome here. I feel like when you get down to just a few slots left, maybe don't just take anything that comes by. Look for tier 2 buildings or else. 36% is good. A wash house. It seems kind of weak compared to some of the other tier 1 buildings. Like the smokehouse gives food and an 8% health, right? That seems odd. We certainly don't need lumber or stables. A weaver shop is a decent amount of money from the bonus resources. That might be the best thing that we can do here. I mean, a theater is also a lot of culture. We did say we need culture. So that is why... Okay, so theater gives 10 culture, but there's percent bonus culture buildings here. That's why... Or national modifiers in this case, which is 40% national modifier, probably for being in a golden age. That's why this is showing up here. I gotta remember, these are always modified by all these stupid modifiers, so it's not easy to understand how much theaters give you. It's 10. I remember that the first theater I built was 10, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice round number for me to remember. But then they all changed. Land reclamation. I always got to take that because, yeah, it costs 4 upkeep, but extra slots are invaluable. All right, next turn. Let's go. We've built the public works. We might try to consolidate that province now. We're still dealing with unrest in the 4 that we've conquered, though. So I'm a little hesitant to just go conquering a lot more. Veni has taken over one of them. Oh boy, yeah, we have dropped way down on the CDR rankings. I don't think we're going to get progress anymore. And if we keep dropping, we're going to start aging. And it's going to be very bad. So we've got to focus back on... let's ignore you. The peace deals with the boy are always terrible. I have to fight my way up to them to end the stupid war. Otherwise, these provinces I took from them are just perpetually going to have these penalties. That's really annoying. I have another option about how I might be able to do it. Ah, so it did go to the area with the largest population. Not the largest culture, I don't think. Yep, because Venetia has the largest culture. They both have the 15... Wait a minute, this only has 12. Maybe it's largest culture production. I wonder if that's it. Maybe you can tailor it to the areas that you want. It does look like that might be it. I remember it did go to a specific area that you might be able to deal with. So let me take these 2 guys and move them away. And if I want the capital to be here, I basically have to take as many people and stick them down here in culture as I possibly can. There. That should guarantee that that this region here will get the governor's mansion when it moves again. I hope, if I'm right. Alright, so I'm going to move this guy up here. And then we'll take Aquitani in 2 turns. Over here, this needs more... Charcoal pile needs lumber. I'm sure we could get lumber somewhere in here. Because we desperately need more infrastructure in these areas. I'm also torn because I want walls in these areas, because when a war breaks out over here, I'm really, really going to want walls. And, you know, there's better infrastructure elsewhere. Let's build the walls, and then we'll come back to that. Running out of slots here as well. Let's try to focus on getting really good tier 2 stuff if we can, or else shuffling. Monument, okay, decadence goes up, but so does culture. I'll take it. Now, what we didn't get to check out is the stats of cataphracts. Ooh, those have a much higher. Wow. 6-4 as opposed to 4-3. That's already much better. Hits 3, effectiveness 3, so they've got a higher effectiveness. Ranged attack and defense of 5, which the heavy cavalry doesn't have a ranged attack. Only a ranged defense, and it's weaker. It's the equivalent of heavy infantry, but on horses, so it's slightly faster on the move. It's even more dedicated to offensive operations, so using them defensively is a bit of a waste. Yeah, their defense of 4, it certainly makes them weaker. And they're clumsy, though. They don't do well in forested, swampy, or mountainous areas, whereas regular cavalry don't seem to care about that. They basically become equivalent to, or weaker than, regular heavy cavalry. Whereas the legions are still basically equivalent of regular heavy infantry, even if you're using them with that penalty. Because they go from a 6-5 to, let's see, regular heavy infantry would be these guys, which would be a 4-3, essentially, for the legions. Hello, Mental. What do you mean I forgot YouTube? Forgot YouTube. Forgot to say hi? Yes, hello. Sorry. Let's see. Alright, we're good again. So we're going to declare war on the Aquitani next turn and then invade them the following turn, as long as everything stays the same. Oh, I hope we stabilize on those CDR rankings. Although sometimes we can slide on the CDR rankings, even if we're doing the same, it can just be other countries start doing better than us. We've stabilized there at least. We're building those theaters. Nope. Nope. I'll look at Massalia because we are good friends. They want 4 Sicilian slingers and they're not paying me money for it, so nope. Let's disperse slaves. I do like the ability to do that. It helps reduce unrest. Acquiring more slaves wouldn't be terrible either, because it's a way to get your population growth happening very quickly, but it can be backfiring. And since we're glorious right now, potentially heading towards old, I don't want any more possible problems with loyalty. Alright, so now we want to declare war on the Aquitani. That should be a 1 province suck up and then they're done. Just going to absorb it. Alright, over here we did build the palisade. We could upgrade that to city walls right now. Market. Yeah, I mean, it's a very good defensible hilly terrain. I want that and this to be the new bulwark of the empire here. These 3 areas. Especially because I think there's a river right there, right? No. It kind of looks like there is, but it isn't actually a river. It's just a space between the borders. Yeah, rivers are brighter blue, you can tell. And if you hover over one of these, I think it says which one has a river. Yeah, river crossing is shown there. Oh, big river crossing between here and Helvia. So it is a river. Okay. Yeah, it starts right there. Now I can see it. It starts right here and goes down all the way. So I was right. That gap there is, in fact, a river. And it's not only a river, it's a big river crossing. So this is like a bulwark of the West, defending anybody attacking into the heartland of the Empire. Is a pretty good space to set up. Meanwhile, the Danube would be another good one if we ever get that far. Historically, that's where the Roman expansion stopped for probably similar reasons. Building those walls actually also helps because it, I believe this one, city walls gives us a garrison, which will help beat back those stupid raids. Because right now, what's the garrison look like? 6 units, combat 12, power 12. It'll increase it a little bit. Okay, what are we missing in terms of cities here? Let's click and click. Land expansion. Hard to say no to that unless there's something we really want. We don't want to import gold just to get money. We've got plenty of money right now, kind of. And there's just other ways to make money without costing commerce and decadence. Where's this? There. No, I think we want... I don't know if we have a stables up here in the north, but that's still not what we want to build here. We want to build XP generation buildings, for the most part. A city guard. By the way, this is interesting. I wonder if they fixed the color since I read that thread. No, they didn't. Okay. There was a whole thread talking about the fact that it says revolt risk decreased by 10%, and the 10% is in orange. Every place else in the game, orange means this is a bad number. This makes things worse. Even if it's increasing, like in the same screen, you can see decadence increase 0.25. It's increasing, but it's not showing in green, right? Green doesn't mean this number's getting bigger. Green means this number's getting better. Decadence going up is always bad, so it's in orange. Whereas green means good. You're gaining garrisons, and garrisons are good. That's green. So the developer said they're probably going to change. For some reason, the revolt risk specifically is flipped, and it's only showing you orange when it's down and green when it's up. So positive and negative as opposed to good and bad for your country. So that's something to consider. Food stores. This is our main... This is our secondary line in northern Italy that we want to be able to resist invasion. So Siege Resist 3 is very good. Free supply per turn being 20 is good too. It also gives us money and health. This is a very good combination. I'm getting the preserved food store for sure. So this is on that coastal area. A major harbor. Maybe. Tavern. This is another place where actually getting money is better, and the loyalty bonus isn't bad either. Far in the south, we don't have too many slots left, but we have a rare racing track. Lots of money. Damn, lot of decadence, but oh boy, look at that loyalty bonus. Damn. You get 15 decadence, but 40 loyalty. Problem is, and here's the reverse as I mentioned, revolt risk is increased. The wording is correct, but the color is wrong. This is an interesting building, and a bunch of these are like this. They give you a huge loyalty bonus, but then the revolt risk is increased. What that means is, if the loyalty bonus means it's going to be very unlikely that you ever drop below 50, but if you ever do, the revolt risk is worse. But let's see instead this other 3-step. It's a stadium, gives some health, costs some money and manpower. It's an upgrade to the previous version, so it's a more efficient slot. We must be replacing something. Oh, it's an improvement over the gymnasium. So the actual increase is it's costing us more money in infrastructure, but it's giving us an extra 5 manpower and 4 health. And a big conversion bonus, which we don't actually need here. I think I'm going to forgo that one. I think the hemp field might be better just to get some more food in this area. You can see we're actually... it's not a lot of food, but we actually currently have too many citizens on food and not enough on other things. Like, actually, let's put one of them on money. Because I'm a little concerned if I move my forces out of these capitals, if we're going to just drown in more military upkeep. So I want some more money. I love gold. All right, down here we know we have an infrastructure problem in this province. But I don't want or need a quarry here, is the problem. An anchorage is a green, doesn't cost us any upkeep, and it's got siege resistance. Yeah. Let's build an anchorage there. In the center, we built a land expansion. We still don't have any stoneworks. Can we get it? No, but we'll take regional roads. It gives a little commerce bonus and range, but not really. Let's get the clear water. We'll come back to the regional roads. It's just not important down there where we're not doing a lot of movement. Up here, bonus XP. I think the large farm might be more valuable. A market with a lot of bonus resources is good, but this doesn't have a lot of bonus resources, so we'll avoid that. We'll avoid this. I like building stone and lumber in areas that are centralized. Like, this area is perfect because look how many things are around it that could benefit. Because stone and lumber are used as bonus resources in a lot of things. So I don't want the clay pit because it has that penalty to health. So instead, let's just take the sanitation building. Because it's a good tier 1. 8% is a decent number for sanitation. Over here, we need better roads, but, I mean, I'll take lumber. We also need more infrastructure. A smokehouse is good, but there's no cattle up here. Armorer. That's a lot of equipment. And we probably could use some equipment production in this province once it gets going. Because we have iron and flax. Iron's not easy to come by as a bonus resource, so I'm going to say yes to that. It does need leather, and it's going to be imported from Umbria, which means we may make money off of it. Over here, green. I'm going to take the green to give us more slots. All right, that's the end of that chapter. So we did declare the war, so hopefully we'll take Aquitania, and we can maybe form this province with just those 4, but we might need 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. We might have to declare war on the Aedui, and that might be a difficult one, actually. Oh, the Aquitani actually took over that one, so now we can take over both of them without declaring another war. That's good news, actually. And their army's kind of small because they just fought a battle. So hopefully this will be quick. Okay, we gained 1 spot on the Culture and Decadence ranking. We're still lording it over everybody with the legacy points. Partly because the other empires fell apart, but also because we're on the rise. Just wait until we start collapsing here. Yep, that's true. That's not... Yes. Ooh. We do think we want to convert citizenship to foreigners. We don't want to do it to all the loyalty. This is a good one. That'll help us in the south and in these northern areas we just gained. See, they say we'll protect Aquitania against your ravages, but then they don't declare war on me. They've said that every time I've done anything. It's probably just because they hate us. They're just sending us mean things because they hate us, but they don't want to do the war because we're stronger than they are. All right, so we're going to go after this army wherever it goes. Target that army, and then we'll see what is. They conquered the Alps, which is the seat of power of those guys. Hard blow, blah, blah, blah. And they raided us, but we defeated the invaders. We defeated the invaders, supported by local priests. Oh, jeez, these guys in Atisis. Too many citizens. What does that mean? It is now much easier with money or a patron to become an... Oh, that's the thing I just kicked off. It makes people upset. Or maybe I kicked it off before. But either way, this area is having some problems with loyalty. Let's see if we can't help. And you know what? If I move more of these guys to culture, they're not producing a lot of culture, but more culture will be very good in converting them eventually. Right now, we've only got a very small chance. But as long as that's lower, 14, because this thing's probably almost done being moved. A sudden increase in the birth rate has been observed. Look at that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oops. Clicked the wrong thing, and I gotta spend more time clicking. Okay. We did say we want this to be all bulwark. Let's build those city walls right on this order here, because if the Veneti ever decide to go after us here, I want to not have to worry about suddenly losing 4 territories in a row because they don't have any siege resistance. They are in old age, though. They, as a tribe, need to catch up. Wonder where they are on the chart here. So we're down to 24. Where they are here at 43. So they might be having some problems. They might collapse pretty soon. The AI seems to need a lot of help in this game, not collapsing. I probably need to play at a higher difficulty level. I might do a Carthage playthrough at a higher difficulty level next. I think that might be very interesting. Right now, Carthage seems to be doing okay, though. They are a republic, and they're not an old republic either. So they have managed, but they're not glorious either, so they're staying stable. They lost a bunch of their Spanish areas, however. All right, anyway, we're doing that. What are we doing for more buildings? This here, as we found out, needs more culture. We need to look at more cultural buildings. But the gambling ring is not going to help us with culture. It's just going to make more decadence. So, in the meantime, we've got lumber. Let's make a wheel maker and help us make buildings faster over here. In the north, we don't have the bonus. Flaxfield has 0 upkeep, which is good. Ah, a blacksmith has a bunch of infrastructure, but the metal is also good. Any building that satisfies all its bonus resources is usually quite efficient, and you might consider it. This is back in Umbria. This is inferior. We don't need the commerce bonus here, I don't think, especially if we're trading for gold. A basilica gives a huge cultural bonus and a loyalty bonus. It costs a lot of money, though. I don't think we want that. I think we want an irrigation system. Food is -1. It's an upgrade of the wells, but it gives a % bonus, which is still good. It's just weird. I know this must include something over here, right? I don't know. I do want that irrigation system. In the south... Ooh, a hospital. This is a tier 3. We're starting to see tier 3s more often now. Ooh, improved hit point recovery. That would be useful if it was closer to the front lines. We just don't care about it this far south. We could get invaded navally. It's not impossible, and it's, in fact, quite probable in some cases, but I don't really like any of these options except maybe... not even a harbor, I don't think. Circus. A lot of decadence. I'm just going to shuffle this one. I probably haven't been doing that enough either. Ceramics works. It provides ceramics. That can already be imported from Umbria. It does provide a lot of money and some culture, too. I don't think we want to grow without getting more culture. Ooh, a cultural site, though, is very cheap in comparison. But it provides about the same. And if we ever get gold, glass, or dye in this area, it would be even better. Let's do it. Now in the center here, this is where I want stone. But so far, I have been unable to find it. Let's build a warehouse in this central area and make that like an infrastructure hub. A large farm here will help the whole province. We also need culture, not loyalty. So let's get the large farm. Alright, that's done. We're done up here. Let's hit next turn. We're going to turn 140 today. Might be late on my lunch. And we found him. That should be automatic win. Oh, it's a draw, actually, because of the rough terrain, probably. Well, let's view it and watch it play through. Oh, man, rough terrain! Talk about your rough terrain! I think... Okay, we have a slight edge here, because it's got the same frontline units fighting as he did last round. Damn. Cavalry being able to evade some of that damage. Oh, he lost one. Is that us? No, it's still a draw. Gotta go again. Alright, finally did a little bit of damage there. Oh, that's crushed him. Crushed him. One more time, win. That might do it. The stalemate caused them to die because they were already weak. There, we got it. It's such a janky looking battle. It's okay though. It's okay. So, we've taken the Alps, right? Which suggests the entire mountain range, but apparently it's just that one province is called the Alps. YouTube was talking so much, and now it's died down to nothing. What happened? Uh-oh. Well, that's problematic, isn't it? I see what they're saying. Okay, well, that's going to be disappointing. But I realized just now that I've been streaming on Twitch, and though I started streaming to YouTube, I didn't actually hit the go button to go live. So, sorry about that to anybody that was planning to watch. But what I'll do is upload the Twitch video, which is a little lower quality than but that way they get the full video once it's done. So corn law and health regulations, food and water for the population. Let's ignore that one for now. I don't want to deal with that. So, in case you are catching up on YouTube here, we've just been doing a lot of infrastructure building, and we've also started taking more of the provinces in here. What is this area called? Transalpania. Including the Alps, by the way, which is not the whole region. This is... Oh, okay, there's subregions. Alps, Poninene. Okay, that's all that is. Either way, we're at war with the Aquitani here, and probably one more move will secure our victory. Now I understand what you're trying to say, Mental. I wish I understood more closer that you meant that YouTube was not actually functioning at the time. Okay, so let's continue our process of trying to... Conversion rate, very important. Yes, please, more culture, more conversions. We need it pretty desperately here. These new areas being non-italic, so we were talking about how easy the game was early on. Because, it's no problem, we just conquer all these things. Okay, but we were conquering areas that were the same culture. Now that we're conquering areas that are not the same culture, it's pretty apparent we've got to go a lot more slowly. We're going to build a monument immediately. Even though it says it's going to give us no culture, we know it's actually going to give us 10. It's just that when these penalties go away, the under-pacification and the just conquered thing, those have to go away, then it'll give us the culture we deserve. And in the north here... Potter's Workshop. Ooh, I do like government buildings. Have I mentioned how much I like government buildings? Although it seems not as necessary anymore, but free loyalty bonus without decadence, that's something you want to consider all the time. As your populations get larger anyway. A tannery produces leather, and we can only produce it in Umbria, which is pretty far to the south. I want to produce it a little further to the north, so a tannery's not bad. Hey! Exactly as anticipated, our capital has moved to the area with the largest culture production. So now we can rejigger things around the way that we might want. What do we have here? A wealthy citizen gave 12 extra infrastructure. Yay! And on the edge, remember this is our bulwark. We're looking at military priorities on these three provinces here. So let's see what it gives us. A legion camp gives additional walls and siege resistance, which I think is probably valuable. I don't think I want anything that increases decadence right now. This area here probably could use more culture to help our CDR. And land expansion. When that pops up, I gotta take it. It's just good for long-term development. A tar workshop. That's interesting. One thing that's missing from this screen is what buildings adjacent to me would use this as a bonus resource, right? I know there are buildings that use tar as a bonus resource, but right now, in order to figure out which ones would use it, I have to go here, and I have to click on every individual building and go, did some of these use a bonus resource? I don't know. So it's very difficult to determine if getting tar here would be valuable. I'm going to say no and take a look at sewers. Slot usage -1. I think that means that you gain a slot. Right? Is that what it's saying, like the land usage one? Yeah. We'll provide one extra structure slot there. Does this say the same thing? Doesn't really say. Is this an upgrade? Is that why? Slot usage? It might be an upgrade of some... Oh, yeah, upgrade was upgraded from sanitation. So that's why it's slot usage -1. It's because we're not actually building a new building. We would import from Umbria to get the lead required. Turns out, historically, that's a bad move. In fact, some people think that the prevalence of using lead for drinking materials and any kind of piping for drinking water may be the reason that the Roman leadership kind of went nuts. Because lead does some really bad stuff to you very slowly over a long period of time. Heavy metals can do that. Like, it's just going to affect you mentally. And so they think, like, Caligula and Nero and all, like, the Roman emperors that just did crazy, crazy freaking things. It might be lead poisoning, like lifelong lead poisoning. But in this game, it gives a health bonus of 16%, so who am I to argue? Right? All right. Now, in the boot, what shall we do down here? A tier 1 religious building that, again, free loyalty, and that is a problem right now, is not going to go untaken. And I think I'm going to do that. Here actually doesn't need it as much. Might be because our culture is so high. Furnace produces metal, but it's missing that bonus from coal, so it's probably not as valuable. Needs stone, which it can trade from nearby. Health and food percent bonuses is good. I'm just going to take the flat food increase, though, because this also gives a food percent bonus. The wells are pretty good. Is it tough playing as a minor nation? I was thinking my next playthrough might be as, like, the Britons and just see what happens there, or, like, the Celts or something interesting there. I'd like to see what happens. Okay, so we're done with buildings. What else do we need to consider here? I was considering I need to move my other army up here because fighting in this rough terrain might be difficult. And that was true, but we happened to catch the enemy army at a weak point there. We granted citizenship to some foreigners. Yes, we did. All right, next turn. I think every time I hit next turn, I'm feeling trepidatious because every turn I look at that CDR ranking and it's getting lower. And I know I can do something about it. Oh, we crushed him. I just know I'm working on it, but I know it's inevitable. Hey, we gained a level. Good deal. Gained a +1 in the rankings. We're still doing real well on the legacy. Ptolemaic Egypt. Wonder why they're in a different color. Anybody know that? Are they like an old empire or decadent empire? Is that what that's representing? We're gold, which I think that means because we're in a golden age. Nobody else has a color though. Maybe. Oh, you know what? First, second, third. That's gold. That's for legacy ranking. It's just showing you gold, silver, bronze. Who's in first, second, and third place, I guess. But where's Ptolemaic Egypt on this? It's that bright yellow bird. There it is. They're a decadent monarchy. They are about to hit civil war. We're going to want to keep an eye on that just to see how that works. Oh, we gained a progress level. Nice. Where's this Atta we just gained? Yeah, that's just not happening. I'm conquering my way across the entire world just for that stupid decision? Ugh, that needs some help. That definitely needs some help. Great victory we've gained. Israel, which is a seat of power. We get the treasury plundered. Yay. What are the other decisions? Equatoria? I wish you could click on this and be taken to it. EQUAT. Again, somewhere completely inaccessible without declaring war on some of the strongest empires in the game. That doesn't make sense. Alright, and over here... Market, no. None of these are super great. So let's get the regional roads. And we want roads here if we can find it. That's our main goal. No roads, though. We'll take the wheelmaker to deal with that, because a tavern is free loyalty also. It's not a lot of money, but the free loyalty without decadence coming along with it is pretty valuable. But it's not pretty valuable right now. A furnace gives money and metal. A thesis is where we might import it from, but And up here, the just conquered province, or region, I always get those mixed up. We want a monument there to gain our culture. Now, can we form, yes, we can form a province here, and the capital of the province will be, as we determined, the area that has, and Massalia is probably where we want it, the most culture generation. So 26, 13, 0, 0, 0, 5. So I don't even need 26. We can spread that out a little more. 17 should be fine, so that when we create the province, Massalia, the area that's in a nice centralized location for the province, will actually be our province capital. Meanwhile, we also want to put our XP buildings in there, but we also need, particularly in this area, food and apparently wool. Nearby, we could get stone, but stone would actually be very valuable in this province, because again, it could feed everybody around it. So let's wait until we get stone there. In the meantime, a smokehouse would need cattle. So let's build... don't need a palisade there just yet. Nor do we want... A street parlor gives us some culture and money with no major downside. Except it takes up a slot. I'm not sure that's worthwhile. Smokehouse, we'll build some cattle up here somewhere in the near future. Okay, so just over the way... A farm, pretty valuable. Tannery needs cattle, which we can get from nearby. Fortune teller, not necessary. Let's just take the free food, and we can move some food guys down elsewhere. I'm a little concerned. My money seems to keep going down, and I haven't bought any new troops. I'm wondering where that's going. Archers and skirmishers get a reduced manpower cost, but, you know, we got a lot of manpower. I'm not concerned by that just yet. Furnace. Ooh, we actually do need metal. So getting the bonus here from coal is pretty valuable. A lot of buildings just came up for... Ooh, clothing manufacturer. It generates a lot of money. We already have silk in the area, along with leather, and it needs cloth, which we can get from nearby. That's pretty good. 31 money is not nothing. 66 culture? Holy moly! It acts as another capital for the ruler. Exquisitely decorated, it can show the rest of the world the culture and refinement of your nation. It also increases our legacy per turn, but also our decadence. And we need to trade for luxury. That's why it costs so much. I'm not ready to declare a second capital, honestly. We don't have Byzantium, for one. Or Constantinople? Which one is it? We'll take the clothing manufacturer. Get us some dedicated money income here. In the center, upgrading our walls isn't a terrible idea. Upgrading to an amphitheater costs us money because we don't have silk. But it does increase our cultural output by a percentage. Health and manpower, seed storage, and money. I'm going to go with seed storage and money. And the capital. Now, limited building slots here in the capital. So let's pick one that makes sense. That's too much money to cost for that. Fishery? No way! Crappy fishery in the capital. Greek fire tower is pretty awesome, but again, not applicable. The capital only has 2 food buildings. That's got to be adjusted, right? We're just going to shuffle until we get a better food building, though. Down in the foot. Plenty of food buildings down here. Military store. Royal court. It's unique to your nation. And an upgrade of the tribunal. There, a cohort of magistrates and censors will dispense justice. Sometime the emperor theocrat himself will preside and judge random affairs. From a petty theft to a major offense. Overall, it will stabilize the whole nation with its harsh but somehow fair rulings. But decadence reduction is -2. That's crazy good. But only if we have a lot of decadence. Here, we don't. Because that's, I believe, per turn decadence reduction. But a faction-wide loyalty bonus of 5 is crazy good. Ooh. That would suggest that wherever we build this, we can build whatever decadence buildings we want. Because right now, this area already has a -0.6 to decadence. So we would be able to build a ton of other decadence buildings here. This needs to go in the largest city outside of our capital. And right now, we just don't have that. So I'm going to say no to that. A hemp field is kind of meh. So is a public... Actually, 10% is good. And it would increase our decadence, but we don't care because of the fact that, again, we looked at this, we already have negative decadence here. But it's not purely negative. It's actually still going up per size, but it's the buildings going down. Anyway, that should be good for the turn. The army is going to return to Massalia, where hopefully it's going to cost us less money per turn. From here, I'm not sure where we want to go. I kind of think we want to try to get more of this province we just took over. At the same time, we have a very good defensive line along that river. And I'm not sure we want to move past that if we got other directions to go. I got to figure out how to get more Achaemen. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Oh, that's right. I think that's what we're really going to do. If we buy slaves, I think we have 4 slave markets. Let's just get larger populations. Why not? Our unrest is doing okay. The next time we get that option, we'll flip it around. But for now, you know what I think we need to do? Let's look at the next province situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raetia province. Seems okay. I don't think we want to go for Germana Superior. Which is weird. Why is Superior below Inferior? I don't know. I thought Superior kind of meant northernmost, but maybe it just means larger. Anyway. Oh, Transalpania also wants this little piece here of Avernia. Averni? We can ignore that for now. I'm allied with Massalia, so I could take Helvia, but I don't want to go to war with the Veneti. We've already established that they are, what? They're old, so they're going to probably fall apart soon. Ptolemaic Egypt is the same way. They are decadent, actually. And so they're actually like one bad turn away from devolving into civil war, and I want to see how that happens. So we got to look at that every turn. Ptolemaic Egypt is huge. Look at it. It's huge. When they do fall into a civil war, I think they fall back to stable? Do I still have those available? Let me look. No, I don't have those. Oh, do I have them here? No, I must have closed the window that had all the cool images. Anyway, what do we have over here? Invasion. Ugh. Stupid Averni. We need more defenses here, apparently, because our garrison units weren't able to fight him off. And now we've got the raided penalty there on top of everything else. Ugh. This is an unrest against Rome. Why is it suddenly in unrest? The loyalty's at 59. All of the sudden, we believe one of our neighbors is scheming against us. Huh. Maybe it's the neighbor that is adjacent to the two provinces that are in unrest right now. Okay. Anyway, do we have any new buildings we can build in these areas? Let's see. So, Venetia. I think we're going to make Venetia a minor trading hub here. A market would eventually be good in that purpose. But we also could use the extra culture, but I'm going to grab the regional roads. Again, we have no way to quickly and easily get further east. Once you get to Aemilia, we're trapped. There's no roads past that point. So I want to build the road network out. If we're going to indeed go north to finally destroy the Boii tribe, whatever this is here, and get our territory, then, you know, we got to deal with it that way. Okay. So I'm putting this guy in here in order to save us some money in the interim. Now, what other provinces need production? Let's see. Summer Palace. It's a national wonder. Acts as another capital for the ruler. But I think that other government one is the one that says number of capitals plus 1 over here is the only one that actually gives you a second capital for the purposes of the mechanics. So if we build the Summer Palace, we get a decadence increase, legacy increase. You know, that's good, but a loyalty bonus here of 10 and a cultural bonus of 10. Do we want to build that in Piscinium? It would, you know what, this costs way too much money. We need to produce whatever luxuries are before we do this, I think. We're not going to do it here. No. And we have plenty of slots, and we don't have any walls? This is a pretty core territory. Let's at least build regular walls. Now, down here in Etna, we do know that their infrastructure is currently pretty weak in the south. We've been working on it, but it's still only 123. The other province is 176, 183, 117. So the north is actually kind of weak in that sense, too. Ideally, they're at like 150 or more, especially if we could control the entire province. So these northern areas, too, could probably use, and so the regional roads will help. Okay, so I think that was the last. Nope, there's one more in the far north here. A cultural site will help. It's mostly italic, so we want to convert it even more. And a cultural site is a government, right? It's a religious building. Religious building is good, too. Because there seems to be a lot of decisions that have to do with your provinces that have religious or governmental buildings are affected by these decisions. We haven't checked, actually, in a while, our military expertise. It's almost at that 4. Okay, we're getting closer. Extra capitals allowed +2. Okay. +2. Does that mean we can have 3 capitals? That's crazy. We haven't checked this in a while. Commerce bonus. That's a national penalty? Minus 15%? Conversion bonus, 20%. That's a national... Where are we getting that? Oh, that's right. We get it from... 10% of it comes from this. I remember that. We must have another... Here we go. Innumerable books and scrolls. We must have done a decision that gave us this trait. I wonder... Is it... It's permanent, though. Huh. Interesting. We have medium war weariness. That's hurting us a bit. So that's why we got to go deal with these stupid boy, because the game doesn't want us to have peace. All right. Was that the only other... Oh, we got one more over here. Massalia, the capital, needs culture and a government building because we need to convert as many people as we can. It's currently, what, Hellenic? Oh, Celtic. Mostly Celtic. But also Balkanic, Germanic, and Hispanic. That's the last of that. Okay. End turn. I think we're going to go take this independent area just between us and Rati, and then we're going to go up into Rati and take as much of that province as possible. And I'm going to conquer the Boii, but I'm not going to take them in the peace deal. I just want the stuff I have in the peace deal. I looked and I didn't see a way to send armies through territories without declaring war on people, which is kind of disappointing. But I guess it kind of makes sense, too, at this time. There goes our golden age. Like, if we do any kind of diplomacy with them, an alliance... This is actually what I was trying to do. If we do an alliance with the Rati, then we can go through and do what we need to do up here. What is their chance of a... Oh, I clicked it already. Okay. They're only 22% chance of an alliance. That's okay. That's not bad. What? So... The good news is, if I do an alliance with them, they don't have any provinces, and I don't need to go north from there. They can be like my bulwark against the northern Germanic tribes, and that would be fine with me. Just have control of those Alps, do what you need to do, just leave these nice valleys down here, the productive valleys of Cisalpania, to us. I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with Massalia being a shield for the west, and then I can concentrate on taking the Illyrian and Dalmatian coasts. That seems like a good plan. Let's see what our objectives are driving us to. You remember last time we were trying to do a transaction to relinquish the objective against Massalia, but it wouldn't let us. We're not getting all the way over to Lusitania, so but in order to get that, we have to get peace with them. So where are the rest of our objectives? Do we only have those two? That's a capital. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing here. Here we go. We've got to have more than those two. Oh, that's right. They're up here for no damn reason. Okay. So, here's what we got to do. Oh, this is an empty region. So I can't even, like, ask for it to be relinquished. I can ask these guys to relinquish it. And they'll say yes, so that way I'll get it in a more useful place. But I'm not conquering all of Spain just because the game thinks it's a good idea. It's dumb. It's dumb and I don't like it. So we're going to bring this army up and park it in Rome for a little bit. We're actually going to bring the other army to do the same thing. No, they're going to stay up there because there's unrest, I think. But, reason being, there's the master armorsmith will train all of the armies there. I should have had them parked in Rome a little sooner. So this is running out of slots. It's only got 3 left. What are we going to put in the last 3 slots? This one doesn't take up any space. And it's a tier 2 harbor. So let's do it. Rome, we did a shuffle around last time. Assault House. I think they're going to take the ranch just so that they have a third farm so that we can get tier 2 farming stuff in Rome. Down here, land expansion is good. Summer Palace, not so much. It's just not for me. Not right now. I should look at the population situation, though. Coastal Fortress. No, we're going to take land expansion. Let's take a look. What is our second most populous city? Because I think Rome might be the most populous at 27. The ledger should have this information. Regions by population. Order by population, please. There we go. So, it's Clannis. Where is Clannis? Just north of Rome, right here in the mountains. What do I want to be like my secondary capital? I mean, Massalia could be. It's a nice centralized position. It could be a trading hub area too, but what do they have for local resources? Just hemp, huh? There we go. Regional roads we wanted have been ordered. Now we just need it here, and we'll have a road network all the way out to this location. Actually, all the way out to here. It'll go almost all the way to Massalia, finally, which is good. Spacebar to find the next idle region is very, very valuable. Ooh, a school is an upgrade that gives us more decadence reduction, which actually is quite helpful here. And it gives us a little bit more culture. And we've already got papyrus here. We must, because I think the first level... Yes, we're already importing papyrus, so that doesn't add anything. So let's upgrade the school to make it more valuable to get that papyrus. In the middle here, can we get stone? Oh, regional roads. Well, all right. There's nothing better at the moment. We'll take the regional roads. In the north... We'll add the red building, because remember, we're trying to get that military expertise. Okay, next turn. We're going to take a look at the Ptolemaic Empire and see if it falls apart this turn. It's got like a 35% chance to go into a civil war. Processing turn. Processing. I've actually jumped back into No Man's Sky as well. That's just such a ridiculous story of how bad that game failed on its promises and how it hyped up things that it never could do. And then it went and followed through on those promises, and then some over the next, what has it been, 4 or 5 years almost? So that's pretty crazy. It's such an amazing game now for a specific type of person. It's certainly not for everybody. So this area here, no marble. An orchard does get some of the bonuses. An anchorage is a free building, but so is a monument. Siege resistance 1. Huh. I'm definitely going to want them both. It's just, do I want the culture or the money first? Since the Celtic is really low, I do want the culture first. That will slowly, very slowly increase the conversion rate. It takes a long time. It takes a couple generations, which in this game is like 50, 60 turns to be 50 or 60 years. Over here, fresh water. Every time I see the clear water thing, I can't help but think... I don't know if you guys seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, but at the beginning... They've got a cowboy singing about cool, clear water. Ooh. It needs purple. I don't think we're importing purple, so that would be very expensive. This is in Umbria. Five XPs for skirmisher cavalries and such. Well, this gives a lot of infrastructure. But right now, I can't justify any of these things. I've only got one slot left. I have to make it amazing. The salt mines here. This is also getting similarly tight. So let's get the free culture. All right. Now, did we check out what's going on with the Ptolemaic Empire? They're still, you know, what they are. Oh, no. They did fall back down. Oh, no. They've been a decadent monarchy for a while, actually. I'm sorry. I thought that they were tier 3. They're only tier 2. So, they have not fallen into civil war yet. Once they are, they'll go from a decadent monarchy to, I think, a stable monarchy, but half of their country will have disappeared or something. Anyway, can we see their loyalty? Can we see a loyalty overlay? Yes, we can, actually. So, these areas here look like they're about to erupt. What does it say? Red, mild revolt risk. All the purples are actually high revolt risk. And some of those are in there, in the Ptolemaic Empire. Okay, next. Next turn. We got 20 more turns to go. I can't believe it's taken an hour or whatever. Hour and a half just to get through 10 turns. We gotta go faster. I did spend some time at the beginning talking about the new stuff that I learned on the forums. About the conversion rate and other stuff. Oh, we climbed back into the top tier, it looks like. We're back into 24th place. Yeah, we did. Unless it involves me giving up my thing, which apparently I'm not allowed to do. No. Epirus. 75 each. It gives me a little bit of money. Alright, fine. Dalmatia, no, I'm going to go to war with you soon, so no transactions for you. Sorry, you're not getting my slingers. Hey, we gained a progress point. Excellent. Alright, so here in Liguria, what are we going to build? A commerce bonus of 15%. If we're making this into, as we said, an area for trade, a commerce bonus is good. If instead we want Massalia to be our trade hub, which I think we might, then that's not as good. Loyalty bonus isn't necessary. Infrastructure bonus is actually quite helpful because it's a big, big percent boost. So let's do that. It'll help the infrastructure in the north. So this is on the edge. Crafter district is free and it gives some money. And our money, what is... Oh, the administrative burden just keeps going up as we get bigger. Maybe that's what's causing it? Or maybe our army just got to Rome and that's why it's going to go back down. I don't know, but I kind of need money. I got to look at money pretty closely. City walls here, more useful at the moment. Brickwork. Yeah, we're only at +3 in this province. We got to get an extra 10. Can't say no to it. This is actually at -16 because we have so few people working there. I don't think so. A granary, though. That's a lot of food. We can then do this. Redistribute that. Rome itself. We did a shuffle around last turn. Did we get something more valuable? A military store helps Rome build an... Ooh... Efficient mustering. This is great. We'll take this. Again, more red buildings, more good. And Umbria, this is your final chance. It needs cloth and it's going to trade for it. But clothing manufacturer, that's a lot of money I can't turn down. We just said how I'm worried about our money situation. We've got a lot in the bank, but could go bad for us. I don't think we want slave market. Herbalist's too small a bonus. A government building with a free loyalty bonus. They're actually at 68. That's kind of a danger zone. If we have some kind of national disaster or even regional disaster, that 68 could get below 50 pretty quick. So, irrigation system. Or the health bonus for 0 slots. 14% is kind of low for the health, so let's do that. Over here, candle shop. Not super valuable unless we had tin. Then it would be very good. A fortune teller. Preserved food store gives us some money. Siege resistance. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Ooh, a mill, though. Don't have the pottery as a bonus. Okay. What I should do is go through here and find all the resources that are most commonly used as bonus resources and figure out those. And then put those in centralized locations. Like, this area could provide its bonus to everything around it. That's a lot of regions. This area could do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regions around it. So if I made this into an area where you produce bonus resources, that would be great. Unfortunately, I don't know all those. But I know that lumber and stone come up often when it comes to infrastructure. I don't know the other ones. All right. Administrative burden is so high. You know what? The other reason that this happened is we came off of the Golden Age. I'm pretty sure the Golden Age was giving us a lot of money. So we're going to have to shuffle some people around and produce more money. Just going to shuffle through here. Yeah, we're producing way too much food in a lot of these areas. Way too much food in a lot of these areas. In the capital specifically. Holy moly. Almost no infrastructure. We've got to support this administrative burden we've got going on here. But I think this has helped a lot. We do another 14 here. There we go. Wow, 79 food. That's a lot of food for that location. They're doing fine. And then, let's see, we can redistribute this here, and another food go down to culture. I don't know where a new pop is generated. It kind of suggests to me that it always gets foot in either on food or on the place that already has the most people, because it thinks that's what you're trying to emphasize, maybe. Let's put one back up there. This area apparently needs more food because it has a large population in order to get that little bit of production. Ooh, 42 food. Can spend some down here. Up here, plenty of food, and it's still considered occupied for what that's worth. I think we're just about done redistributing our food situation. Right now, though, I'm kind of worried about these places with no culture at all. We need to start generating some culture in there. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. We own an area with a single population point? And we're building a monument? What are we doing? I think maybe they need some food buildings. They're growing just because the province is sending some food in there. Like, there's nobody living in those mountains. Which I guess is to be expected, okay? Yeah, I get it. We've all been there. Alright, I think we've distributed enough of our stuff. We've increased our income by quite a bit. We've got a nice war chest. And we've got nobody else to go. So next turn, we're going to keep watching the Ptolemaic Empire and see when they fall apart. I don't think we want to go to war with this little monetary income, though. Got to let some of these buildings come through that are going to start producing some more money. Yeah, I wonder how much of an impact the mountainous areas have. I think, well, no, I know that certain buildings are only available in certain conditions. So mines are not available on plains, for example. They're only available in hills and mountains, for example. You can only build a salt marsh in a swampy area. You can only build a salt mine in a hilly or mountainous area. You can't build a salt mine in a plains area. So that does have an effect. I just don't know that mountainous areas are automatically worse. Maybe there's a lot of buildings that can only be built on plains, like mills and stuff, that make them harder to grow in. You signed a trade deal. Oh, the Celtiberi are apparently at war with us now. Oh, that's these guys. We're at war with these guys? Is that what we just learned? No? Oh, it's these guys here. Celtiberi. Okay. Alright. So this area here has 4 citizens. Not a lot. Convert ethnicities to reduce decadence. Or reduce decadence. Okay. Let's look at our age now. Our age is 43. And our ratio is slipping. Part of that problem is the age of 43. I have no idea how the age gets converted into this penalty. It seems like it's a sliding scale. So it's more than 10 times the age right now. But it was about 10 times the age in the past. So the higher your age gets, the worse this penalty extrapolates. So I think if we use this decision that just became available to do some reforms, reform citizens' rights, government age is reduced by 1/3, but there's a 50% chance to lose a progress token. I think the real disadvantage of, like, why would you do this is because these other options are pretty good. This one, blah, 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 depending. So this one could give you free progress tokens or decadence based on the administrator's administrative acumen of the ruler, from abysmal to superior. The problem is, I have no way of telling what is their administrative acumen. Because it doesn't tell me. It says he's frugal. Does that mean it's better or worse? What does that mean? That decision, I'm never taking that decision if I don't know what the chances of getting progress tokens. Decadence can be gained or removed. Oh, okay, so it is going to have some positive effect. I see. In addition to that, each region will gain either a negative or positive modifier on commerce and culture, as many citizens' lives are impacted by the change. So that's potentially good, because it can give you progress tokens, but it says decadence can be gained or removed. Again, I need to know before I make that decision. These are quite good, because they can reduce some of your unrest problems and improve your productivity, because citizens that are the wrong ethnicity are much less productive. This one has a much higher chance. Every non-main ethnicity in your nation can become one, but each region with at least one such conversion has a 20-turn penalty to loyalty. That's a long time. So we are going to use this to reform citizens' rights. It'll significantly reduce our decadence, which should help us climb back up those CDR rankings. Yes, the culture decadence ratio rankings. Those are all important. Let's get some more infrastructure, because 8 is not enough for this area. We're going to pay close attention. Oh, this area has way more food than it needs. Let's get some more money. We don't have sales, so we can't get the money from that. Ooh, decadence reduction, but cost way too much. Papyrus. I need a local source of papyrus, so I'm not paying through the nose for it. I also need to figure out how to get trade acumen. Oh, you're saying one of the effects of mountains is they have a penalty to food production? I didn't have to look at that. I haven't found where that's listed. Siege resist 1, health 10%. That's quite good for the region. And we have at least 3 food buildings, so I don't think I want to buy a tier 1 building. Once you start getting enough of each type, you kind of want to skip past, I think. But let's see if I can find out. So, This is an alpine region. It doesn't list any effects here. Ah, there you go. 50% regional modifiers. Oh, no, that's probably because of this. Food 25. Food 25. So that's not it. 10% national modifiers. So there's nothing here listing that the alpine region is giving me worse food production. You think I can gamble my decadent situation? Yeah, I have no way of knowing if my current #1 situation is like too good to be true and it's going to fall apart eventually, or if it's just I'm playing on too easy a difficulty. That could easily be the case. So here's some extra money and infrastructure. We'll take it on the blacksmith. I gotta pay attention. Running out of slots here. A basilica. Too much money. Can't afford it. Can't afford. Well, 690. How did it jump back up to 693? It was at like 700 before. Then it was at 500. Then it was at 200. Now it's back up to 600. I don't know. I didn't think I changed that much. Because it was taking account of the fact that I did all those shuffling around with the money. And it was updating. I went from 110 or something to 250 when I shuffled the money around. I don't know. I haven't moved my troops around a lot, I don't think. I don't like any... Oh, 22 money is good. Let's take that. Maybe a bunch of the money-making buildings came out. And damn it, I need the tool manufacturer to show up somewhere near Umbria where that lead is. Because tools, apparently, are very valuable. But I have not had it show up. Loyalty bonus down here. Pretty good. Let's do it. I'm just trying to future-proof myself. So a preceptor house. I'm not buying papyrus up here. No, 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 no. Troop training, it's good. All bonuses satisfied. Or a seed storage. I don't have swords and seeds. Let's do the smokehouse. Smokehouses seem like really good deals. You get a little bit of food, but you also get an 8% reduction in the growth. That seems very good. And yet, I do love this 10 infrastructure whenever you can get it with the brickwork. Okay, next turn. Looks like Ptolemaic Empire, just looking at the minimap, is still in good shape. Turns are definitely getting longer. I think I'm ready to start going after the Rati and then get the boy. Try to just consolidate that one region, and it doesn't actually give us any legacy points, though, right? What's the point of that? Except I just need the boy to stop. Maybe I'll go to war with the Rati, go to war with the boy, stomp through the Rati's territory, but leave them one area so that I don't have to take the area, and then just like demand some gold from them to end the war. I have to utterly destroy. Well, no, if I take a bunch of territories from the boy, hopefully that'll increase my war score. That's the bug I've run into. For whatever reason, they don't have an increasing war score over time thing for occupation. I've been occupying their territories for like decades now. Let's disperse. Let's buy a few slaves. Like this area has been under my control for basically forever. And these guys still think I only have a 7% war score in my favor. I own all of these. I should just get them. You suck. So we are... I think our loyalty issues have been taken care of now. Wait, isn't this loyalty? There we go. Not quite. Low has low revolt risk, so this still has some revolt risk up here. Ah, but it's still under pacification. It won't be under pacification for too much longer. One of these had... Yeah, this one does. This one is still occupied, so okay. So we're going to take this army. We're going to take a look at it and decide what we need to add to it. We're going to be fighting in this alpine territory, which is awful. But I don't think we have anything that's good in rough terrain. No, nobody I have is good. These guys are 4/4s, and these guys are 4/3s in rough terrain. But we're going to be attacking, so it's basically the same. The difference is my legions are going to have a higher effectiveness and a higher ranged attack. So, probably the legions are going to be the best ones. Now, let's take a look at these legions. These legions should all have that armor bonus. Yeah, 6 + 1. You see the +1 there? Ooh, 7. Why are some of these guys 7? What made him 7? He's got a +2. Where's the +2 coming from? Wish I knew. These guys all have the +1 bonus now, too, because of the armor. Yeah, so this is the legion that we'll go conquer in the mountains with. And as I move it out of the capital, something horrible is going to happen to my money. We received an aging token. Why? Oh, do we receive an aging token when we reduce our status age by 1? Oh, I must have missed that in the decision. I don't want to do anything with the corn law right now. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Available. Running out of slots. No tier 2 buildings, except a gymnasium. Manpower's good, but we don't need it right now. Shuffle. Low slots. Tier 2 buildings are the only ones we're going to look at. Except maybe a furnace. Metal is good. Needs iron, and we trade it away, but having the coal there is the key. Major harbor or a large farm. Large farm will help out down here. A mill. Lots of food production, which would let us shift it elsewhere. Needs grain, which is local, so we'd get it. Also, loyalty bonus of 6. I like it. It lets us move these citizens to something else. We'll move it to here and here. All right, that's it. We'll go to war with the Rati. Then give them back their territory for some money. Once we've dealt with the boy guys there. And that'll give us freedom to go wherever we like in the future. Ptolemaic Egypt still kicking along with 4 aging tokens, and they're definitely in the bottom third, right? It's gotta be. 76 divided by 3, that's 25 each, basically. And they're definitely above the 50% mark. So they are just hanging on there as a decadent monarchy, just waiting. Ooh, wait, really? We already have more reforms? Oh, number of provinces is at least equal to 7. So not yet. Nope. We already had the Marian reforms, which came like 150 years early. But we'll get better legions. I wonder if if other nations have equivalent type processes that are not necessarily based on like the Marian reforms or anything like that, or the imperial legions, or if it's just the Romans that have it. Ooh, wow! This central area here, Clannis, one of my largest areas, is also threatening to revolt because of population woes. So let's build that and slow down their growth a little bit. Meanwhile, a temple, conversion rate's not super helpful. A barracks, extra 5 XP for the region, but this is our last building for this area. Is this really how we want it to be? An aqueduct, probably worthwhile. That 12% health is pretty good. 2 buildings left here. Military store. I don't think so. We already have this. We built this in the capital, so I don't think we need this here. I can't believe we don't have wood cutting. Preserved food store. Health 1, 10, money 10. That's pretty good. I actually need money, and having an extra health there would be good too. This is the last slot. Tabularium. It's a national wonder. A lot of official records were stored there, and many city officials. Wow, wherever you put it, it's a loyalty bonus of 25. And lowers decadence. But it costs a lot. I just can't see us spending that money just yet. We'll build the crafter district because it actually gives us a lot of money. A weaver shop is another lot of money. That's pretty good. Turns out these commerce buildings actually give you a lot of money. Let's get regional roads. Helps the commerce bonus, increases the trade rating. Now, over here in the north, public works, basic building. Or do we want a tavern? That doesn't convert anybody, but it does give us loyalty bonuses and a little bit of money. Let's do that. Now, this needs any kind of food income. Any kind at all. To grow. Alright. Now, my legion made it over here, so we're going to declare war on the Rati. I wish you could right-click, just like in... Why did we... Okay. Click on the Rati. Click on this. Oh, this is their outlook on everybody else. Okay. I was worried that they might have an alliance with the Daci. That's why it was green. But it's not that way. We're actually... You're asking for cooperation? War! Instead. That's just how we roll here, guys. Alright. Here we go. 16 more turns. I think we'll be able to take care of the Boyai. And then maybe start making our way through Dalmatia. We're still up there in that top third. And we actually jumped up a couple of places because we lost a third of our age, which reduced a bunch of our decadence. Ptolemaic Egypt. Still there. Wow. Oh! The thirds are color-coded! Of course, that's way easier. Okay, so yeah. They're definitely just sitting there every turn with a 35% chance for a civil war. They've skipped out on civil war a couple of times now, like 5 or 6 turns. That's pretty good for them. Having prepared themselves in secret, Rome is now at war with the Rati. Yes. Don't care about that. No. The Carthaginians just want to keep yelling at us. Is there a thing that shows why they think the way they do? No, I can't hover over it and be like, hey, why do you hate us? It doesn't say. These guys are still a decadent monarchy. They're just one step away from destruction. The good news is, there is some... Oh, it's harsh weather. I chose a poor turn to attack them on. Okay. That's too bad. So this area here is actually all italic. That's pretty good. Ooh, Wheelmaker gives you 15. That's even better than Brickwork. Having that lumber nearby. Wheelmaker, so lumber Wheelmaker is vastly superior to stone thing and brickwork. Needs lead for the sewers. Tier 3 building, lots of health percentages. And this is actually, Clannis is the one we're a little concerned about loyalty, so I do not want to make them grow faster at the moment. Though they do have a lot of population slots. They don't need to convert... Well, actually, look at that. They actually do have a lot of... Oh, it's because they have a slave market. So yeah, conversion rate would be pretty good for them. A racing track. Loyalty bonus 40. Decadence increase of essentially 15 total, plus or minus modifiers. 40 to 15 is a good number, though. And it gives a lot of money. We don't have wild beasts, but we do have wine. Yeah, racing track. It's going to take a lot of turns there. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. A fair gives lots of money and manpower. Yes, please. Land reclamation. Way up here, Massilia needs to be able to bathe. Ooh, no, we need cultural conversion. Yep, there we go. And over here, a large quarry is kind of what we were hoping for, so that we can give that stone bonus to everything around it. And right there, in the middle of everything, they need charcoal. That's not a lot of infrastructure. That's a really weak pick. A tavern gives them loyalty bonus. They're actually really loyal for this situation, but I think they're going to produce horses, because actually there's no horses produced in the region around them. Gambling ring, loyalty bonus. I'll take it. Courthouse is good. Now this Duralex said Lex, is that set up that way because it's a national? It's got to be regional. I don't think it's national. Smokehouse. This place needs food, and it even more desperately needs infrastructure. Part of those are both penalties because of this unrest situation, which they shouldn't be in unrest. They were sparked in unrest because of those guys. But that'll be fixed next turn. Over here we can get a mill. An iron mine. We don't have iron to trade, so this would be good. Alright, so next turn we'll go and actually attack Rady. Still looking at the Ptolemaic Empire to see when it collapses. And the AI definitely just blatantly cheats, even on the basic level, when you look at the actual bonuses that they get. Ptolemaic Egypt is hanging on there with just barely the tip of their little finger. Local tribes around your nation. If it can, as long as it doesn't seem too too crazy, then I'll be okay with it. Bingo Bango Warehouse. I do like those bonuses. Over here, we're looking at... Damn it! I keep wanting to get some good conversion culture. We get gambling rings instead. All bonuses satisfied. That's pretty good, but... A large quarry. That means we already have a quarry. So what is the gain here? Nothing, really. Don't we already have stone? From this quarry? It gives 11 infrastructure, and it produces stone. So what does this give us? Nothing. We would get bonus infrastructure and money from those other resources. So, yeah, a large quarry is actually not useful. Did I build a large quarry here by mistake? Yes. I don't want that. Let's build another basic food. And over here, well, they need some more defenses. And if I build this, then there'll be a better chance of it showing up. Here, they just need better roads, damn it. Do we take the time to build a theater so our nation stays high enough? Yeah. Alright. Ooh, we're in the capital. Capital got a new slot. Fair is a lot of money and gets all the bonuses. It's hard to say no to that one. Oh my god! The capital is too big. We need loyalty. We need it really badly. Stop growing. Start loyalizing people? Holy shit. I didn't realize that was so big of a problem right now. It's still going to grow in 6 turns, even though I took a bunch of guys off. So yeah, that loyalty pleasure house will be good, but I got another slot after that, so I'll pick another loyalty building after that. Holy moly, I need to actually pay attention now. The capital is not happy. And there's not even any problems over here as a result of it. That's causing it, really. All right. Now, can I attack them this turn? Yes, I can. Huzzah. And we gained some progress, and the capital's on the verge of destruction. Down in the south. Let's get another loyalty bonuses here necessary as well. Gulp. Yeah, these 2 areas down here are actually really high population. We did like the racing track, didn't we? That's a lot of money. But their loyalty's good here. So they might need something else. A salt mine is pretty easy to come by. Let's do a shuffle around. Okay. Next turn. Ah, yeah, we're going to chomp our way through this real easy. Done. Don't worry, Rati. We actually don't care about you. We're just making our way through. Alright, now... Ptolemaic Egypt is now a stable monarchy. They have descended into civil war. They might have done that last turn. I didn't actually get a chance to look. Let's go check it out. I might be a turn late in looking at what happened there. Oh. Oh, I like these. People can provide more culture, more commerce. Doesn't tell me what my current level is it? I definitely did one of these before, but can I find that in here? Yes, I can. I think? No, that's a different thing. Maybe it was this? Maybe that's where this came from? In fact, that's almost certainly where this came from. And this is the 5%. Okay, so I've already done this twice, and I've done this once. So now I can maybe increase construction or agriculture. Let's get construction. Alright, so we know we want the army to continue in here. And let's take a look. We haven't checked our overall building capacity in a while here. Okay. 135 is respectable. 104 is not. So anything we produce up here probably should be some kind of infrastructure building if we can. Although it's shared over fewer things. Loyalty isn't necessary here. A vineyard. We need wine. Actually, there's wine right next door. Damn it. Why can't I get these spread out sometimes? We'll take the 8% bonus, I guess. 2 health. Major harbor seems pretty easy. But, nope, loyalty. This place is too big. The populations are getting unwieldy. Rome finished. We need another loyalty building. So the summer palace can be built in the capital? Is that what you're telling me here? I think we can't afford that, and it's going to take too long anyway, so we're going to ignore that and move on to the next turn. Oh, I forgot to look at Ptolemaic Egypt. Ah, farg. We're going to look at that first thing next time. Oh, we can go scroll over here now. So there's the usurper. Is that really all they had? Oh no, there's another piece up here as well. It's impossible to see how big the usurpation is. But if that's really all it is, and they just went back to stable basically for free, then that's kind of a lame system. So I think if I conquer these two areas from the Boii, then I might be able to finally demand peace and just take the 3 that I want. Those usurpers in Egypt might actually be fairly large armies that are going to start conquering their way around. Already you can see this probably started as one usurping area, and they already conquered that. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so the civil war is spreading throughout the nation now. We'll see if they can get it under control. I don't want that. Spinning wheel, flax. Lots of money and produces cloth. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll take the money situation here. Just keep on marching through them there. You want me to take Germania, huh? Those objectives just are never going to be within range. I'm just going to get legacy some other way. And in the end, the amount of legacy you get from your objectives is minuscule compared to what you can get from other things. I kind of wish the objectives would become worth more over time, or maybe when you got more of them or something, just some reason to keep caring about them. It's just dwarfed by the other sources of legacy I can get. But I guess if you're... Oh. There was a revolt over here. But we have walls, so they weren't immediately able to take over the area, so good job. Meanwhile, army, go crush the rebels. Hopefully I didn't miss that last turn. All right. Copperworks. No. Oration tribute? Yes. Worship place is good. Free loyalty, which we don't yet need. Ooh, Weaver shop. Lots of money. And only 2 infrastructure. What are we building down here? Don't need the loyalty. Maybe we could use some infrastructure, but no, not that infrastructure. Ugh, there's so many buildings that just go by, and I'm like, I don't want you. Go away. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shuffle this. There's not anything good there worth building. Ah, regional roads for our friend Erix. Let's get the loyalty bonus. I don't like that the loyalty of some of these areas just completely snuck up on me and I didn't notice. So Massalia could get a noble district to pump up their loyalty, but that's very expensive. They can't do it now. Let's get a wheel maker and we'll get lumber nearby at some point in the near future. Hey, there's lumber. Let's do that. All right. Oh, that popped up there. Okay, next turn. Let's keep watching the progress of Ptolemaic Egypt as it gets slowly devoured by the usurpers. Or pushes them back, one or the other. So that's guaranteed win. Those rebels didn't stand a chance, but only because I had an army, like, right next to them. We're still in that top glory condition here. We're still gaining progress. We're about to become a golden age again. I don't know, guys. So far, it's a little too easy. feel like you're never even going to have a problem with decadence if you're careful. What is your quest? That's not enough. Now we only have war score 12, even though we have 3 of their things conquered. It only went up 5 for conquering 1 of their 4 provinces. That makes no real sense. Much easier to just annex things through conquest. Alright, building systems here. Ooh, I kinda need this now. It's expensive. Let's take the commercial port first, and we'll see if we can get a better loyalty-generating building. In Latium, this does not give loyalty. I need to shuffle and find a much better loyalty building for the capital. Tool manufacturer. They're next door to lead! Perfect! They can finally make tools. I know tools are needed by a number of other buildings that looked really good but cost a lot because tools were very expensive. Justice for all. Revolt risk decreased by 25%. That's good, but I need loyalty. This is also on the edge. Gambling ring. This doesn't need loyalty as much as we need money to get loyalty elsewhere. There we go. Barracks in the capital of the south. Yeah, that's a good idea. Up here. Where is this? Provincia? Okay, right next to Massalia. I don't want that large quarry. Stop offering it to me. We don't have horses nearby. Didn't I pick another one to build a stud nearby here? No, I guess not. Salt House gives us a 3rd. But the theater gives us culture. Siege resist. Let's get the food bonus. There are only 11 people. Alright, so up in the north, a wheelmaker probably is useful. We have been building a lot of buildings without actually building infrastructure, so that's good. Next. It looks like Ptolemaic Egypt is fighting back based on... Oh yeah, I think they just crushed the rebels. They still have a problem with them up here, but the rebels down in the delta are gone. I don't think even taking these, like, all but one of the boys' factions is going to cause them to give up. That's a very... That is significantly in need of balance, in my opinion. Don't care about any of that. Let's see if these guys... Counter proposal. None of those things, right? Only 23 now. 23 is a bigger boost. So, seed region, specifically, we want Venetia, Atesis, and Carnia. Still 0%! Arg! Well, I guess we'll keep conquering you? Alright, this needs loyalty. Yeah, gambling ring. For some reason that distracts people so they're not unrestful. And Rome, what does Rome get? Courthouse. Oh, that's Etruria, actually, which is doing okay on loyalty. And 21% health thing. Let's take the orchard. Now, Rome itself gets a circus. That's the kind of loyalty bonus we need in our most province, in our largest province ever. It's also going to make us some money. It's also going to take a ridiculous amount of time. So, no more buildings being built in this province until after that one's done, because I don't need a revolt in the capital. Thank you very much. In fact, we're going to bring these armies back home to Rome. No, hang on. I can tell it to do... No, stop. Go here, then go down there. If we had roads in this province, it would be much faster. This stupid province never gets roads popping up. Alrighty then. Down in the south again, we're looking for more loyalty. A royal court doesn't give loyalty. Dang it. I gotta shuffle again. Culture, but it requires papyrus. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Irrigation system gives a big food bonus. Great. Tavern. Loyalty bonus 4 is not necessary, but fish. I mean, fish has a fish market, which is pretty good, but I don't want any of these things that are only good as bonus resources for other things. Get a granary instead. Up here, we have good roads. We could have a harbor. No, the warehouse would be pretty useful, actually, because that area doesn't have a lot of infrastructure. This area could also use a builder's hall for infrastructure. Okay, good. Next. 9 turns remain. What do you guys think? Do you think the Boyai will give in before we attack and destroy them completely? My army is running out of supplies already. So did the Ptolemaic Egyptians shoot back up when they fell apart? Where'd they go? Yeah, there they go. They shot back up to 18, but they're still falling apart, even as a stable monarchy. How is that possible? Maybe because they lost an area that would normally give them a objective. Okay. Counter proposal. Get your weak shit out of here and give me the 3 that I want. Why? Why? Is it any 3 or is it just Venetia because that's your capital or something? I don't want all of this stuff. But I'm gonna have to take it here because screw you guys. Maybe I can get them to be a client state? And then I can absorb them. But then I would still absorb all this stuff up here. God. Huh. There's no... A peace treaty can only have one way. The problem is this war score won't go up over time. Although, actually, war duration does go up over time. It's at 215% now because the war's been going on for basically forever. The problem is, for some reason, demanding these 3 costs 283%. Demanding only 2 costs 149%. Because it doesn't think I deserve it. I know that, yeah, Beyond Dreams is right. The problem is that the war score is too low. So when I'm claiming these regions that are that higher, much higher than the war score, but the problem is the war score doesn't reflect reality, which is that they've lost. In the Paradox game, this would be at 100 right now, guaranteed, because... All right. Here's what I'll do. I just conquered the last one. Didn't want this area, but now I'm taking this, and then I'm taking the Radi area, apparently. And then I'll take this, and then we'll head home, and we'll all have chips. We're going to sit in the Winchester and wait for this all to blow over. Some plunder happened. The governor had no choice but to crucify a few religious agitators. Whoa. Yeah, we need some defenses on the border here. We got a raid that crushed our people. All right. Meantime, Etruria has an open slot. Dyeing mill. We can import it, so it doesn't cost that much. Produces dye. Maybe that could open up some new options? We'll be importing it from the Balearic Islands. Noble District. We don't want to build anything new here. We're going to skip past that one. A tribunal. Revolt risk. Blah, blah, blah. No, we don't really... I mean, the only thing this does... Well, one decadence reduction is actually quite good, but our decadence here isn't out of control at all. So I'm not a fan of any of the things here. Not even the barracks, aqueduct, or wells. 42%. Let's just get more food. I'm not building anything in those. I'm giving them up as soon as I can. Well, no, I guess I've conquered them. They're mine. I gotta take them. I gotta take responsibility for my conquests, right? That's what everybody always says. And here, we need a wheel maker, because eventually you're going to make stuff. Ah, Massalia finally going to get roads. Yeah. Although this wouldn't be bad either, but we're going to get roads first. So if we need to go to our aid of the real Massalia, then we can. Free slot, crafter district, or training ground... Free money. This worries me a lot how much that keeps going up and down. That's why I'm building all these money-making buildings, just in case. So this region definitely needs this in case the, whatever they are, the Arvenerii. We're just going to go north. We've conquered this far. Let's just keep going north until we hit the sea. Right? Just this whole area here can be ours. We'll just be Germanic peoples from now on. What could go wrong? I ask you. A pleasure mansion is not necessary. A potter's workshop makes us a little bit of money, and it will work as an okay stopover since Latium is so far away if we start getting stuff up here. All right. This can need something else. Weapon manufactory. I don't think it's needed here. Wheelmaker, yes. Nope, nothing here. Here, yes, we will need something. Theater for culture? Yes. Okay, that's it. Moving on. We're just gonna conquer everything. I don't think that conquering all these things is going to get us any more legacy points. Like, I feel like if we just hit end turn and stayed right where we are here in Italy with what we've got, we'll just win the game without having to fight much at all. Macedonia actually took over all of Dalmatia. What is that situation? Although we've fallen down a little bit, I guess we gained some decadence from conquest. So what's Macedonia's deal here? They are a tier 2 glorious monarchy. They are almost there to getting themselves to be a tier 3 civilization. We haven't found any more of those on the board. We are the only ones. And getting there seemed fairly trivial. What about Ptolemaic Egyptians? They're still tier 2, right? Yeah. And they still have one little tiny province that usurped. So that civil war that we were worried about, not very worrisome in the end. Are these guys going to be okay? They're doing okay. There's one guy in this province just building stuff. He's a Celtic citizen. He's like, I'm Roman, I'm Celtic, who knows? Is that loyalty? No good. No bueno. Oh my god, look how long all of these are going to take. It's ridiculous. But it's partly because we're losing... Nope. Nope, it's partly because... it's just one guy, and we need growth. So I guess this is the right call. 15 turns. How about this? 10 turns. I guess that's still better. Alright. Ooh. What does this area need? It could use roads. A ranch, actually. There's no cattle in range, huh? But roads will increase... well, roads will eventually increase the range. Smokehouse. This area is 3%. We don't have any health stuff here. Let's get a smokehouse. How did it grow so big without any health stuff? All right, here. Loyalty. Show me loyalty. That's what the prison is for. Hell yeah. Costs us money, but at this point, I'm willing to do so. And then we're leaving that one empty so that Rome can grow faster. This one we can pick something. Oration, tribute, loyalty. Yep, definitely want that. Okay, good deal. Next turn. I don't know why I was scared of taking over all these provinces north of the Alps. What could go wrong? You know, there is a victory condition. If you gain legacy points 3 times higher than the second place player, then you just win. The game is over. There's no catching you at that point. So maybe that's what we're aiming for at this juncture. Yeah, I know. So let's see. Before we finally go in and crush them, let's see if there's any... Oops. If there's any other possibility of ending this war in any other way. Still nothing. Nope, it's just... We're just going to crush you. Even with our horribly dilapidated forces here, they're still going to come in and crush you. Probably. Our leader pool is not great. Ugh. City walls were not enough. Need more garrison units to stop those raids, I guess. You know what else stops raids? Conquering the barbarians. That's what we'll have to do. Oh, that doesn't have a palisade yet. All right, Campania has 1 slot. We want something that gives us a... Ooh, that's good. That's real good. But is there anything that gives us a resource we don't already have? And the large farm actually won't take up anything. It'll just give us a little more food. Damn. I think I need this caravan house, though. The problem is, we don't have good enough trade acumen. So we're making some money now, I guess. We were not making any from this trade hub before. Though, you know, at this point, if I really do need more money, I could just disband that navy. I don't actually need it. That's the dirty little secret. I haven't been fighting Carthage. They have been just... They've been issuing diplomatic protests every time I declare war. But then, that's it. They didn't declare war on me, so... Yeah, let's get anything that's lower than 70. I want to start pushing back on the loyalty options. I don't want to do this one in the middle here because I'm waiting for Rome to finish its ginormous building that's going to help us. It was a racetrack or something? Bread and circuses. Now this is probably going to go my way. Damn it! Our troops were too weakened. So what we need to do now is let that army recover. Alright, so their problem is they don't have... They can't afford to do enough food here, so we need to get back someplace that can supply them. Because, yeah, these are producing 0 food. Why is it going through the... through the enemy? But, like, there's... Okay. Like, I actually don't mind that choice if it works, as long as there's no troops there. It doesn't look like there are. I mean, there's not even cities showing on the map here for these areas. That's how tiny they are. So yeah, they definitely can't support my army pushing through. So it's going to continue to take supply penalties until I get it back into northern Italy here. But since there's basically no local garrison, we'll conquer Reti on the way. I have a feeling I'm now going to run into another problem because the Reti have other provinces nearby, and I don't think I'll get them to give me what I want either. I might have to just have multiple wars against them. I know. So, Dalmatia wants... You know, if Macedonia wanted a cooperation agreement, I would definitely go with them. Let's see if they'll do a cooperation. Oh, 0. Because our relationship is bad. Well, maybe I need to offer them a gift. I don't want to go to war with Macedonia. That might be very bad for me. We'll try to improve our their likingness of us. So now that I've done that, maybe we can get the Reti to just give us 1 or 2 provinces that we need, and they can have something back. So what's that? Let's see. These 2? I don't think I can accept the 3rd. Oh, maybe they'll do the 3rd. Okay. See, this makes sense, but that's because those provinces are worthless. Oh! Oh! That's real interesting. I think I figured out the problem. Okay. The reason I can demand these 3 provinces from the Reti is because they're worthless. So I don't need a large war score to take them. The problem was, when I took these from the Boii, I only got a little bit of war score because they weren't worth much at the time. But in the intervening period, I have built them up with my bare hands into these economic powerhouses. So now they cost way more than the war score they gave me at the beginning of the war. That's my best guess. And it's going to require me to go kill the stupid enemies here. But anyway, we'll get peace with the Reti after all. Wait a minute. What did it say about Campania? Oh, Vesuvius has erupted, incinerating citizens and slaves without discrimination. They destroyed my charcoal pile. That's something I gotta worry about. The volcano destroyed my charcoal pile. Okay. Well then. Okay. Now, loyalty seemed really concerning. Apulia is the one that... Where's Apulia? Oh, down here. This is the one we keep needing to look for more loyalty. Gladiator School gives a pretty big loyalty bonus. I think I gotta pick it. I keep getting more decadence this way. It's not good. It's not good. I'll take the culture building. Oh no, this is the roads. We need the roads to finally build the road network. But we will build culture buildings in other cases. In order to... Ugh. Yeah. Actually, Wells. Wells is better. Yep. Over here, anything that could maybe give me some... let's build the loyalty building. Some more defenses up here would be fantastic from these stupid raids. They keep giving me stables. I don't want stables. Give me something better. Like a palisade, at least. We'll build upgraded city walls here. That'll help that. Over here, a worship palace, because we are actually... Yeah, these are getting so big, too, now. We need more loyalty over here as well. I got to pay attention to that. Oration tribute. Yep, loyalty. Over here, military store... Actually, that's a perfect one for that, because that's in the capital, so it'll give us... Yeah. Oh, but land reclamation is always one that I feel attached to. And Speak of the Devil, land expansion, also good. Fish gives us a little bit of money. Builder hall, gymnasium, barracks. Nope, I didn't want to click barracks. Gambling rig. Oh, yeah, we need loyalty here, too. Oh, boy. Racetrack. Probably don't need to go that far on loyalty. Let's just get more of the little buildings if we can. Venetia also has tar, so that's not a great option there. Okay, let's build the warehouse. There, we're going to wait. Rome has got to finish this, and that's taking up all of our time. And resources. Basilica gives a loyalty bonus. It costs us... Oh, we're paying through the nose for frankincense. Ugh. Loyalty bonus 14. That's pretty good, and we're going to need it here. And it doesn't cost us as much money. Just a lot of infrastructure. So let's do that. And then here, if we can build an infrastructure building... Nope. We also need the loyalty bonus of the gambling ring. Oh, we're being propped up by gambling dens here. Everywhere we go. Conversion bonus isn't necessary here. The harbor gives us some siege resistance and other things. I think we want to skip this and look for loyalty buildings. This isn't necessarily as important for the loyalty, but it will be. But the money costs too much. Let's get the market instead. That'll offset some of the money we had in the other situations. Loyalty's fine here in comparison. Irrigation canals gives us tons of food. That's fantastic. This could be a massive city if we start that now. The large warehouse here, we need stone and tools to build it, but it'll give us a lot more infrastructure. I think we'll skip that because we're looking for loyalty bonus, sure. Like I said, 70 is the just on the edge where I'm concerned. Regular warehouse here is going to help, yep. On the edge here, the temple costs too much money. Seed storage gains us money. Let's take advantage of that. See, our money keeps fluctuating. Now it's like way up there. Okay, so we're way over here. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? Anything that gives us food or infrastructure. Let's get a farm. Very slowly get a farm. No growth. In fact, we're going to have negative growth here. Until that farm is complete. Can we even stem the tide of... There we go. Now we're not starving to death, at least. The farm will take a long time, I know, but we'll rejigger that around later. When we actually care about what's going on in these northern provinces. Yeah. The ash pile greater than charcoal pile. I see what you did there. This little independent town is going to put up a bigger fight than the... Yeah, there it is. Bigger fight than I expected. Because we're slow, we're tired, but we barely won the battle. We can bring everybody home. And now they can rest and recuperate in the nice valleys of Cisalpania. Specifically, Carnia. Carnia is nice this time of year. We've fallen out of the top tier. Damn it, we were so close to getting another golden age. We need more... Oh boy, we need more culture. Yes, we did. Wow, 860 is what it took. Now, how does Macedonia feel about us here? How do you feel? They're distant now. Your legacy overshadows us. We would be far from being a privileged partner with you. They don't want to do anything. Okay, I guess I can see why they would be a bad ally here. The good news is they don't have any provinces I really care about. So, maybe what we'll do is we'll swap these out. We'll take this Roman army, send it to the capital. We'll take this Roman army and send it to crush them. Meanwhile, can we improve the roads? Nope, not really. We'll get a bit more in the way of farms and growth and stuff in these intervening provinces eventually. Right now we need to wait for... Wait a minute. This is occupied? Oh, they didn't accept my proposal, I guess. Or... Oh, it's pending an answer. I just sent that to them last turn. These turns blend together because they take so long. Ceramic works already being built, but it gives culture. Not in this province. Loyalty bonus for a noble district. That actually saves us a lot of other loyalty-based stuff. Circus Maximus. Legacy increased. This should definitely go in one of our largest population areas. And, you know, Arnis is kind of one of them, but I'd rather have the market right now. It does seem odd. I gotta look at the buildings a little more to see what food and health buildings are not available in mountains and see if that limits growth in hills and mountains versus in plains where you might have more. Oh. Basilica. Well, we'll need that. Ooh, paved road. Those don't come up very often. Trade range +2, which is very good. It means anything here that needs to get stuff is almost certainly going to find it. Way up here, we finally get our palisade. Lumber, amphitheater. Very expensive, can't do it. Spinning wool, mill for wool. Ugh. I do need another... Woodcutter's not really my style, but okay. Builder hall for more production here. Yeah. Let's get clear water or seed storage. Clear water's a good choice. Okay. End turn. I wonder if Rome's going to be fixed after this turn. We'll see if Rati gives up with its current situation. Oh. Crap. They're taking back stuff that I lost. Or that I had taken. And they're definitely going to get it. Because there's no freaking food up there. How am I supposed to feed a full Roman army if there's no food up there? It's ridiculous. It's out of control. But it feels okay because I've, I've got to build up the resources. Oh god, I'm still slipping in the ranks. Ah, fantastic. Peace treaty. They are they? You know, that it's still on the table. If you give me the 3 that I want, I don't need all this stuff up here. Still no. Even with war duration continuing to climb every turn, it's still not enough to counteract the fact that those 3 are very valuable territories now. But they've not been yours for so long. What? Oh boy. That means like a horde of new people is coming? We think you should make peace with them. Yeah, we did that. Thanks for the input. I'm just worried this army's going to get kind of weakened by the time it gets up there, too. We'll see. We're trying to get them supplied with food on the way up. The good news is the pacification effects are going to go away soon, and then these things can maybe start growing to provide more food. But right now, this is not providing any food. It's ridiculous. There's 3 base food, normally. But then 10% national modifiers. Why is there a 10% national modifier for food? I don't remember anything. Oh, frugal! This guy! He's killing us. Now, there is a thing about food. Oh, it's just not available to us now. The corn laws would be valuable now, maybe. Oh, well. Mountain can hold a grand total of 7 skirmishers. Yeah, I know. Oh, you know what? I need to put the other general in charge, too. The one that's good at supply. So we'll just switch to a different general for this guy, because he's going back to rest and recuperate. This guy needs the logistics general, the logistician, definitely. Alright. Oh, that city finally no longer has anything it can build. Ooh, roads going north as well. Good. This one's probably going to wait for Rome to finish. This one in the south. Still got some loyalty problems. This is... it's a science building, though. But it needs papyrus. It's very expensive. And here... same thing. They keep giving me the preceptor house. I don't want it. We'll take the wheelmaker and keep our infrastructure good. Courthouse. I do think the decadence reduction here could help. Because we are slipping down those ranks. So, monument will also help the decadence situation. And a street parlor will help as well. It's the first government building. Fortune teller for loyalty and a little bit of money. Nope, city walls, definitely. Over here, we're skipping that. And here, we didn't like any of these choices, did we? This could really use more loyalty. A wheelmaker could get us some more loyalty by displacing these people to here. Okay, that's good. Next. Oh, it's harsh weather. I don't know if the Romans can go through the mountains in the harsh weather. Well, they're trying. I don't think it's going to be good. If I could form the province, then at least those areas could share their food and grow a bit together. I've just got to climb back into 25th and get another glorious golden age. Dacia wants a trade deal. No! Get out of here with your stupid request for slingers. Oh, we've got a new ruler. Oh, he's a bad diplomat. 10 extra possibilities per turn to degrade relationships with other nations. But he is a merchant. There's our trade acumen bonus. Now that is going to bring in the money. You know what I'm saying? This guy still doing his thing. Now I think we can conquer these three. This is the only one that had a decent number of defenders, because it's a decent sized population. These two are all crunched together, and that's where his army is. So if I can hopefully do that, we'll be in good shape. We're still just conquered. That's going to go away next turn. That'll go away in 2 turns. All right. Let's look for tier 2 buildings now, instead of these crappy tier 1 buildings. We're going to try to do more shuffling when we get stuff that's not at least tier 2. A fair, lots of money, good deal. A ceramics works. No. Yeah, we'll even take a pleasure house. The loyalty bonus is too good. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. We'll get the large farm and move one of these guys down here to help the loyalty situation. 2 of these guys down here to help the loyalty situation. This, lots of metal, lots of money. Fortune teller for loyalty bonus without a decadence increase, also good. Noble district. That's crazy that we could get a noble district here. But we don't want that. We want culture. Public bath or irrigation system. I don't want the decadence, so let's do that. Crafter district does not provide decadence. Ah, this is expensive. I hate the preceptor house. Smokehouse it is. Okay, next. Couple more turns. This is probably the first turn that the Roman army that I just sent up there is going to start having problems with its supply, because it's now more than 1 region away from good supply. And foraging is apparently not very good up there. Maybe I'll go after this 14 army before it can do anything else. Ah! The food output from our regions will increase by 15%, but we'll lose 10 loyalty. We don't want that. Each region having at least 1 military unit per 4 populations will instantly get 8 food per population points, but loyalty is still lowered. Neither of those are good for us right now. Let's spread the slaves out, make the loyalty penalties less harsh. We bought slaves a couple of times before, and maybe that was a mistake. Alright, so first, we're charging at them. Then we'll go here, and then here. And the area that we did have here is gone, but we can conquer that again easily. Oration tribute is good. Theater is also good. We like the extra culture in these dark times. Solid walls seem important. I don't think we need to salt march. A fortune teller to help our current loyalty situation. Alright, that's it. Hit next. The capital might finally have that loyalty problem sorted out, hopefully. Oh, damn it. He went down there. I guess you can't queue up orders if your first order is target that enemy army. The good news is he's out of supply. I'll try taking these other areas, and when he comes north again to fight me, then he'll be weakened, and he won't be in the mountains anymore. Oh boy, our glorious situation is getting worse. Status age penalty. It's huge. And it went up 28. And our... Oh, the loyalty is part of our problem. Our loyalty is going down, and so our loyalty-weighted culture is going down as well. So this army somehow has maintained its food income. That's working out pretty well, oddly enough. I don't want them to take this one. I need this one to actually prosper. Please don't conquer it. It's under pacification. It just needs to do what it needs to do. The capital finally has a building. Oh, that's Etruria. I'm sorry. What do they have here then? Gambling arena for a lot of loyalty. But more decadence. Gosh. I don't like it. No, sir. I'm going to stop building food buildings. Is that what you want? No, you're going to give me some culture. That's right. Worship Palace for loyalty. Damn it. A little bit of money, but I don't want the decadence. I don't think I want the Colosseum. It is a world wonder, though. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Decadence goes up way high, and Legacy goes up way high. But we get a lot of money and stuff from it, too. Okay. You convinced me. I'll take it. But we'll have to not build any buildings anywhere else after the prison and the circus are finished. Those will have to send all of their infrastructure to helping the other things get finished. All right, let's see. Oops, I took one too many turns. That's okay. We'll stop at 141, and then the next time we'll stop at 170. Are we going to get enough movement to get over to the capital? Couldn't remember. Looks like no. So the Roman army that I've got in Rome itself is now going to head north to head off this other army just in case it's going to come south. No, there's no peace with the Boii anymore. They're just... Yeah, see, they're besieging me in the south here. So we'll send... What do you mean? I just saw it targeting a different way. Why would you go... See how I'm clicking there? No! Oh my god. Screw you guys. Oh, I don't want you to go on the ocean. Alright, fine. Go on the ocean. I guess it doesn't matter. Wow! Macedonia got its ass kicked. Dalmatia was like a one-province minor. And look, Macedonia somehow... I guess Macedonia just conquered all the way out here, and Dalmatia took this opportunity while the army was away to expand? That's interesting. Ptolemaic Egypt still hanging in there. How's Moria doing? What is their situation? Oh, they're gone. They're gone! Wow. They are a monarchy that has basically been reduced to nothing. So their income must be low. Yeah, they're only getting 17 per turn. I could, realistically, win by tripling the closest... No, because the Ptolemaic Egyptians are getting about half mine, so they'll always stay roughly half behind me. I have to make a lot more legacy in order for that to happen. No, I do not want you to go that way. You're going to go here. Ick. But we'll conquer this area, and then they can come down here. Oh, that area is a blizzard, so it can't actually do it. Okay. I'm getting concerned about these few that we just... This has actually not been just taken, but... This area only has the city walls. Yikes. Alright, we're going to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully this time actually at 10:30, and actually starting on YouTube on time. I have tried Imperator Rome, Exodus. I am not impressed by it. It just feels like a poorly reskinned EU4, and I'm just not gripped by it. It's like a map painter. It doesn't feel fun to me. EU4 feels more fun and thematic than that does, and yet I love the Roman period a lot more. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to fix it. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Talk to you later.